We are live.
On YouTube as well?
Yep. YouTube and Facebook.
Nice.
Now I'm gonna check the stream. By the way, guys, when you check your stream, make sure
Volume is down.
Yeah, volume is down.
I'm actually looking for it. I can't see it on Facebook.
So can we still talk about the back end?
I can still
Yeah.
see it.
Kuya, where are you?
What do you mean, where am I?
Yeah.
He's
I guess I'm not see you.
he's not countdown.
Do you have the link?
Yep.
The script.
Kuya,
Mm-hmm. What?
mic test.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Benji, are you there?
Yo, Mike.
Benj.
I am here.
Yeah, okay.
It says here we're gonna go live
Now.
in a bit.
Bakit ngayon na?
Yep.
But so we can't share it.
You can. So they'll end up there.
Ano?
Lapit na!
Teka. How do I share?
You press the share button.
Hey, a minute to go. And I am ready.
What was
So what's the
that?
difference between this whole watch party thing? Is it a watch party? How do you share it?
I already shared it on my Facebook account.
So is it a...
30 seconds.
It's live right now.
I don't know how to share it.
Miko, you're about to speak. 20 seconds.
Yep, let's open up the show.
It's the 27th of April, and we are talking about the new normal, the boom of Zoom, and the struggles of digital classes. This and more on PHTech.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hey
We are
guys.
back.
Cheers.
It's a very
Cheers,
different
cheers.
version of PHTech tonight, as we are all stuck at home. So I'm Miguel. In case you don't know me, that means you've never watched the show. That's understandable. Welcome, guys. To those who've never been here. To my, oops, sorry. To my, to
Yes,
my
that's right.
left is Miko, and below me
Hello.
Benji, and there is Rene. So we are
Hi.
PHTech. We aren't the original cast. The original cast is with Enrique and Ken. The thing is, they are in. They're busy, basically. Miko,
Hey, I
are
think Ken
we?
is watching.
Are we okay? Are we okay to say
Hi,
where
Ken.
Ken is? Ken, you're there.
Well,
Nice.
I think he's watching.
I think so.
I think.
So, guys, if you
Yeah.
want Ken to join us, you're gonna have to message him directly.
Oh,
Tell him to
yeah.
come join the team because we're all at home anyway. We're all in our own homes and we're doing this remotely. This is the very first time we're doing anything like this, so excuse us for certain mistakes.
Hey, message
By
thumbs up.
really, by the way,
Yeah.
right now I am hosting and switching everything. When I say switching, I mean moving, like doing this. Oh, nothing happened.
Those are the things that you have to forgive us. It's the first time. There's a
Yeah, and,
first
and
time for
things are
everything.
things are kind of wonky right now because this is very experimental. As you guys know, I've been live streaming since 2012, actually 2011, but it's the first time for me to do anything like this, wherein I'm hosting and I'm switching at the same time, and also our equipment, is in the office. Here at home, I'm kind of working with a limited subset of equipment that I was able to bring. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna try doing
We'll
this
make it
again
work.
because yeah. Oh, it's really not working.
No.
It's
Are
okay.
we
It's
gonna do
okay.
a take
I
two,
think
or we'll just ride this
No, I
through?
think yeah, we'll ride this through. Anyway,
All right. Okay. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, PHTech, we not only cover consumer tech, but we cover music, video games, and the culture around it, but all from a Filipino perspective.
nice. So, ganda na script mo.
And
it's
all
like
on
I
you.
heard it before. Yeah.
Okay.
Old script, old
So,
script.
sorry, I'm looking for the show notes. Okay, found the show notes. Game. So, what have you guys been doing during Oh, wait. Before anything, do you guys know that our last show was November 16, 2017? And our
I
topic was
don't.
the iPhone
3 years
10.
ago.
Imagine the iPhone 10 was the topic. So it was that long ago. Galing, no?
Was I even a part of it?
I think yes, you were. You were pregnant, right?
November. Sina, baby na si Luna.
Oh, okay. Oh, I remember Enrique had this weird long hair and a full beard.
Yeah.
Probably like he does right now. Anyway, hey,
Well,
wait a
I
minute.
haven't
I
seen
just
the guy in a long time.
Yeah, so during this whole ECQ thing that we're all going through, uh how come you guys shaved? Talking to the
Uh,
boys.
I
I had to shave.
I shaved just for the show.
What
This
why?
was not here this morning.
I'm trying to grow a mustache, so
Or it looks
How
good on
about you,
you,
Rene?
Rene.
please approve of my dreams.
It works. Anyway, So how have you guys been affected by this pandemic?
Well, for me, I can start. I've started cooking again. I've also started working out. I've had to put some time to working out, maybe to keep me sane. Um, I tried to, watch a little bit more Netflix, the ones that I thought missed out on. Okay naman. And then Zoom for meetings. And then nung sinabi yung Zoom may problema, napunta sa Hangouts, whether for meetings or for, really hanging out with friends. And then what I never thought I'd be doing before, and Kuya knows this, and I used to say this before pa during, the old PHTech episodes, I don't really buy stuff online. It's not my thing. I'm not comfortable with it. But because of ECQ, it made me more, open to it. So now, especially for, groceries, for fresh produce and to help the farmers, kasi mukhang hindi na yata napupunta sa groceries yung iba eh. And they really need to get rid of it fast. So, yun. I buy now vegetables, fruits online.
Speaking of me on the other hand, I always buy online. And you know what? I kind of miss Lazada and all of these shopping places because all of a sudden, things that were so normal are it's rare. Do you know that I ordered coffee beans before the ECQ and it got canceled because of the whole, shipping thing. They couldn't ship it from all the way from because it comes from Mountain Province. And so it got canceled. And then a week ago, I sent a message asking the seller if I could order already, if shipments were coming in. I mean, being picked up. The girl said no, not yet. But she said, why don't you order anyway and we'll find out. I guess no one was ordering, so she also wasn't sure, right?
Yeah.
So finally, I did order, and then she sent me a message and said, unfortunately, they won't pick it up yet. So I canceled it, and then 2 days ago, she sent me a message through Lazada, the Lazada chat app, and she
Yeah.
said, I can order. And so I ordered, and today it
Pwede
was
na.
packed. Yeah. So I guess, it's starting to move a little bit, and yeah.
And I think everyone's trying to figure it out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
they're slowly allowing the non-essentials to be delivered.
But coffee's essential to me.
That's arguable.
Debatable.
It's very
Debatable.
subjective. Yeah,
Subjective, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So Miko, you've been doing all your working out, Netflixing, and me. So how do I start? So I started as a math teacher, and then a Steam
Nice.
player, and then a gin and soda drinker, and then a whiskey drinker.
That's
And
called being an
then-
alcoholic.
Yeah, and then compounded by reading depressing news, wearing the same mask for about a month.
Wash mo naman.
I think alcohol and depressing news is a bad mix.
Yeah, and actually the worst of all was not being the head of the family because of diabetes. And when I say not being the head of the family, it's because, as the head of the family during this crisis, you're supposed to be the one to go out, buy the groceries, buy medicine, buy all of these things. I couldn't. I just couldn't because I'm diabetic, as our viewers know. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was quite difficult, but yeah, Kay, the wife, the bosses, did really well, strong.
Yes.
Come
Go,
in.
Ate Kay.
So how about you, Benji? How's your
For me,
month?
I think-
and so many days?
It's been really weird. My sleep pattern and wake up pattern is way different right now. So I sleep at 5 a.m. and I wake up at around 2 p.m. So, and also I tried a little bit because before the quarantine, we were doing saddle row and doing some dance classes here and there. So since that's all gone, all gyms are closed. I found this. It actually I knew about this website a long time ago. It's a online dance class type of thing where some of the most famous choreographers in the states teach in this website. It's called steezy.co, and yeah, I tried it. They gave away like a week of free classes, and I studied 2 classes. I mean, I didn't want to, push myself that hard. But yeah, it was nice. I mean, I was able to make a YouTube video and a IG video for it.
Are we
And
gonna see
Hey,
it
you
then
want to
now?
show it?
I think we have it. We can play it later.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
later daw, later.
Yeah, we can go back to it after Rene says about what he's doing right now. So aside from that, the usual thing, mask, it's very different. Going outside, wearing a mask, going to the grocery. I even saw a friend of mine at the grocery, but I didn't know it was him because of the mask thing. And then
So you
the
didn't
other
you
thing
didn't
is
uh you
low.
didn't you didn't recognize your friend?
Yeah, I didn't.
How big was
Is
his
he really
mask?
your friend?
Well, he said hi, so yeah, that's when yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, another thing is the low gas prices is very cool. I mean, I gassed up from half of my gas tank to full by with only 600 pesos.
Yeah,
It's
and
very unusual for me.
normally that would have cost you how much?
From half a tank, probably around 1,000 or 1,000
Oh,
north of it. Yeah.
okay, here's the thing. I also gassed up less than a week ago, and the funny thing is, so I went. I left, right. Went to the gas station. Told them what fuel I wanted. And I was at empty, as in it was really empty, as in scary empty. So okay, gassed up, and I looked at my credit card because I didn't know what to do, right? Because I was gonna have to give it, and then I was thinking, how do I clean it after I receive it, right? Because I have to physically give the card and all that and whatever. And then I was thinking of how do I hold the pen, and then what do I do after that? So I looked for a pen. Good thing I had my own pen, so I was ready. By the time the guy gave me my card back, there was nothing to sign, and that only happens when it's less than 2,000 pesos, right?
Yes.
I was expecting more than 2,000 pesos because I was totally empty. So yeah, that's how the gasoline prices have gone down. The thing is, it's kind of useless for us because we're not really going out.
Yeah, but
After,
you know,
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you it's gonna all zoom up. The prices are
Yep.
all just gonna
Skyrocket.
skyrocket
For
after.
sure.
well, we better fill up before it all, you know,
Yeah,
comes up
mine's full
again.
now.
that's the thing though, we don't know.
Okay, so what else? What else,
Yeah.
Benji?
A few more things. I've been doing a lot of Call of Duty, like from zero battle pass to level 75 real quick.
What time do you
There's
say
also
you sleep and
anime.
wake up?
I sleep at 5 a.m.
Now we know why.
Yeah. I start gaming at around 10 p.m.
Pwede mo ata palitan yung sleep ng word na pass out at 5 a.m.
Yeah. No, because at
Okay.
5 a.m. I'm eating breakfast.
Ah. Okay.
And
What
then
else?
I, I've been also watching anime. If for those of you, I know there's a lot of people who love One Piece. I just started watching it, and it's a 900 episode anime. I'm so far away.
So what
Yeah,
episode are you in?
I think I'm at 71 out of 900.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
What
long.
a commitment.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay, so how about
And
you?
one more
Are you
thing
done?
that's new.
Sorry. Yeah.
One more thing is the gallons of alcohol. Not the drinking alcohol, okay? But instead of buying those 500 ml bottles, just buy the gallon. You can refill all your, bottles. Yeah, but
That's it?
basically that's most of it.
How about you, Rene?
Well, for me, when the lockdown started, I don't really have anything to do here. I only play, sleep, then go to work before this lockdown. But now, since I have more time, I have dedicated myself to work out every day. I try.
Wow.
Luckily, before I invested in a lot of equipment, so bags, kettlebells, weights. I have I have it here. Uh, I've been on a stricter diet because I have not been drinking alcohol. It's banned here in Paraguay. I don't know where to go. It's giving me cabin fever already. I haven't tasted alcohol in a long time. I guess that's better for my diet. Other than that, I've been binging on Netflix. I found this show. It's called Midnight Gospel. It's an animated show, but the conversations there are real. It's more of a podcast than a animated show.
Where can
It's
you
from
find this again?
Netflix.
it's on Netflix.
Okay.
It just released no 420 April 20.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, that's one
Anyways,
thing we should talk about later.
it's from the mind of Pendleton Ward. He's the creator of Adventure Time. So he has a
Okay.
really trippy visual style. So anyone who likes his style is gonna like the show. And whoever is a fan of podcasts, I guess there it's an interesting show. You guys should watch it. I'm just saying.
Okay. So it's like a podcast, a video podcast.
Well, it's the conversations of the podcast, but they animated it to become a story. So their topics could range from drugs, meditation, self-awareness, accepting life and death.
Oh wait, wait,
Ooh.
wait. So the
It sounds
animation
pretentious at
is
first,
so the
but
animation is based on the whatever was recorded in an audio podcast. Is that right?
some of them are, but there's still a story other than the conversations they're having. If I would tell you, you guys wouldn't believe me what the stories are.
Okay. So what's the name of this show again? Sorry.
Midnight Gospel.
Midnight Gospel. All
I
right.
think
Okay.
it's a good show to binge right now, especially this lockdown, because it it asks a lot of questions that we wouldn't ask when we're sober, and it may sound pretentious at first, but they're having real conversations, and you could feel that through the voice because it's a real conversation.
Okay, I'll definitely check that out. Nice
Also,
one.
The Last Dance. Anyways,
Wait. Okay. You could have saved that for your pick, which we'll do later. But okay.
Okay, I'll
Uh,
do that.
Next. So, guys. So how's this is a very strange question to ask since we are all together in one company, right?
Hmm.
But you know, in a business like us, we're a pretty small business. How has the pandemic affected us? You know, how have we been coping? Miko, what do you think?
Well, for one, it's safe to say that it's pretty tough because my work in our company, I coordinate with the clients and then I coordinate with creatives for execution. So normally we just get in a call or we have a meeting and then we just go to the control room or wherever the creatives are and we say, okay, let's meet. But this time, because we have different waking hours, and we can't really, blame each other for, the hours because, the ECQ, it's hard.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite difficult getting the creatives to go as fast as we usually do. As the head of the creatives, I see how they work and I know how they're able to speed things up, and that's usually by being physically together and conversing. And it's
Yes.
such a different experience when you're trying to communicate things online. And I think that's
Yeah,
something we all have to learn, because I like
Yeah.
this has just been extended to May 15, right? And we don't know up to when it can still be extended, because there are some people out there that really won't follow instructions. And you know we have basically what we're trying to do is flatten the curve, right? And if these people won't follow, then we'll just keep getting extended. And 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 during this time, we can't just do what we do and hope that tomorrow we can go back to what we used to be. I guess this is our new normal, and
Yeah. Um, sorry.
we have to really figure out how to do this properly. We're all
Um,
lost. We all don't know what to do.
well, what I
Yeah.
what I like about our team, and super shout out to Yam. Yam is very organized, and I know her since grade school. So what happens
Hang
is
on, hang on,
after
hang
we
on,
go
hang on.
through
There are people that don't know Yam who are watching. Give them a
Yam
background.
is my co-producer. Yeah, so we work hand in hand. So we either produce shows or we help clients execute campaigns through our creative. So we're the ones that coordinate. So yeah, and because of her ability to be able to organize thoughts and ideas, it's kind of gotten easier as we went along because she's really quick with notes and everything. So what happens is when we speak with the clients, for example, we have a Zoom meeting. After that, we 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 talk first to iron out, and then that's when so we filter everything, and then that's when she cascades to creatives. It has, I think, I mean, on my side, I think it has worked so far because we were able to execute an entire campaign
Wait,
within the ECQ.
no, no, three already so far, right?
Three
We've
projects,
finished three
one
projects. Yeah.
campaign, two videos.
Okay, so yeah, I go through
Wait,
the
during this quarantine?
yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the
Yeah,
thing. For those
we
people
did
that
more.
yeah, for those people that don't know, we are also OTT. We're a creative agency. We're a boutique creative agency. We all work together, and so we have clients that we still have to service despite all of what's going on, right? And so I've uh, so us we decided to go with the honesty system, which is very difficult for many bosses because when you do the honesty system, normally what happens is you just, hey, maybe we can do plus 2 hours here, plus 3 hours here, plus 1 hour here, and whatever, and that all bloats, right? And of course it hurts the company because, well, you don't know, maybe Benji's just playing Call of Duty, but he puts that he was working on something, right?
More than likely.
you know
It's
yeah
a research. I'm researching for the team for PH
yeah,
Tech.
so I'm kind of joking here, right? But in all honesty, it's a fear of many business owners. And
Yeah.
and so when we first decided to do this, our thought process was, well, let's see the first report. After the first report, let's study it and let's see if it's there's some obvious
If it checks
hullabaloo
out.
that's going on. Yeah. And I only saw one problem, and that problem wasn't really, it wasn't intentional. It was more of, did not understand the process, so the hours were wrong. Just had a quick discussion with him, no issues, fixed it. He understood. So the next cutoff, everything turned out
Okay na.
perfect. Yeah. So, yeah, it's quite difficult as a business owner, but I guess when you're in this situation, you kind of have to understand what everyone's going through. Some people will under work, under time, but then again, you don't know what they're going through at home, right? You
Yes.
don't know how many kids they have to take care of. You don't know who's having a bad day. You don't know, unlike when you're in the office, you kind of see everything. You see, okay, I can see that, for example, Rene is not having a good day today, so okay. But in this ECQ, you have no clue, right? I mean, I don't want to force everyone to show up in a conference call every single day, just to check up on you. So there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Anyway,
I mean, I think having a group thread and checking on each other once in a while and not just talking about work. Well, I think it
oh
works
yeah,
for
that
me. So,
works. That really works.
personally
But
speaking, it works for
but
me.
it
And it's
but
my way
but
of
personally,
seeing that, somehow you guys are okay.
yeah, but personally, for me, it reached the point that it was no longer enough. I think you know this, Miko, because we did a FaceTime call, and I told you, hey, I really like this. In fact, I was eating dinner, I think, while
Yeah.
we were talking, and then I thought, hey, I really like this. I think we should do this. I think we should see everyone. I mean, I miss
Yeah, and,
everyone.
and I also told you, I said, sorry if I automatically call you video.
Yeah,
I just I guess I just needed to see other people's faces.
it was really good though. It was
I
really
know
good.
you're a kilometer or so away, but you're so near yet so far, and I normally see you every day, and suddenly I don't. So I just
I think I'm only
I video.
250 meters away, just a quarter
Oh
of a
wait,
kilometer.
I found a way to sort of filter the comments. Let us pause for a while for this important you know time here. It says Enrique says,
Yes.
"Wow, my favorite podcast is back."
Where is he?
Hey,
Why isn't he
Enrique
here?
is watching. What the?
Yeah. Why isn't he here?
He's still working though.
Ay nako.
yeah, he'll be here on the next
Enrique.
episode, I think.
You know.
Ay nako.
I have a
Sana.
strong feeling.
Okay, wait. Here, comment from Dexter. Managers need to learn how to monitor output and milestones instead of number of hours.
Correct. You know what? I'm a proponent of that,
So,
and because you know
result oriented.
Yes, because here's the thing: you are not supposed to be punished for being good at what you do. That's very important to me. Why punished?
Yeah.
Because if you do something that they expect you to do in 8 hours, if you finish it in 4 hours, so what? They're gonna feel bad that the other 4 hours you didn't do anything. You know,
True.
I think that's the wrong way of doing things. It's not supposed to be time. It's supposed to be output.
Yeah.
Now, given that
I
you
guess
have
the time is parang a secondary
well,
info.
no, I think time should be used for people that are new. So like for example,
Mm.
you
For
have a
training.
trainee. Yeah, you have a trainee, you kind of have to give time because there has to be deadlines, right? Clients give you deadlines. I mean, if the
Yeah.
client says, "Oh, this has to be released. This has to be aired on Tuesday,"
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
kind of have to follow a certain timeline. So
Yeah.
in that sense, then time is important. But when it comes to, you know, judging whether a person is able to do his or her work properly, it shouldn't be based on time allotted. It should
Yeah.
be
Kung
based
maganda
on
naman yung
the
output
output.
eh.
Exactly. And we
So,
have
ibig sabihin super skilled na siya if he does it in a shorter
exactly.
period.
Yes, and you're not supposed to punish those that are good, right?
Yeah.
And when I say this, I also say this from a client's perspective because we're also clients sometimes, right? So just because a freelancer that we hired worked on something for 2 hours, but he's charging us 16 hours worth of someone's time, it's okay. We should pay him the full amount because he's good enough to do it within 2 hours. So yeah.
Yeah,
But you
it's
see,
years of experience learning how to
exactly.
do it that quickly.
Yeah, have you seen that I think I saw it on Facebook. It was a random post. So this guy was contacted. He's apparently one of the best servicemen for like rockets or whatever, something like that. And there was a rocket that wasn't working, and he came in and he charged so much money, something like I don't know, maybe 10,000 US dollars. And all he did was get a hammer and he hit the rocket, and then it worked, right? Something like that. I don't even know if it was a rocket, but point is, so he was asked, why is it so expensive? He said, oh, the transportation is only $5. The labor is only like maybe $5, $10. The rest is knowing where to hit.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Okay, next.
All right.
Wait, so apart from all of that we spoke about, one way, yeah, for those people that are watching, one way that we were able to make things work was we a few years back I was able to set up a Synology disk station. It's basically a NAS, a network attached storage, which is also accessible from the internet. So what we do is, so all of our files are there, and we had to come up with our own file. What do you call it? Uh,
File structure.
File structure. There you go. So that we all know where to put what any type of file. So we set it up, and it just so happened that we did it right before the ECQ. So when all of these projects came, we were able to just do it. Unfortunately, we had some issues with our internet connection in the office where the server is, but still worked. I mean, it took a lot longer to download stuff, but at least we were able to work things out. The next
Yeah, but I
is
think
Zoom.
most difficult.
Yeah,
I think the most difficult thing is passing the project around, because most projects is worked on by three people. That passes each. It's like a factory. After this guy passes it to this guy. You know, And the
Yeah,
thing
because
is, not
yeah,
everybody has fiber.
yeah, because the way that we're set up like specialists. We aren't like a one man that does it all kind of group. We're all specialists. So, for example, uh, it starts with Luis, our what do you call him? Visual effects and motion graphics guy, and then it goes to Rene, who also dabbles in the same thing, but with different style, and then it goes to Benji, who does basically color correction, color grading, and editing. So yeah, there is a process that we have to follow, and that whole line slows us down. And I think it slows us down because of the software that we use. Because both Rene and Luis use Adobe, and you Benji use Resolve, and
Yes.
there's no easy way to go about it. You just really have to manually do it. But if for example, if Rene decides to learn Fusion, then it would be a lot easier, right, Rene?
Trying.
I guess in the near future, it can happen.
Yeah, yeah. So there, and then okay. So aside from the Synology thing, we used Zoom. Zoom, by the
We
way,
did.
I had no clue who Zoom was. As in, no idea until this coronavirus, and
Me
Yeah, I
and
also,
never
but
and
heard
I
of it.
read.
I think some corporate or some companies would use it for meetings.
Yeah, but like I said, we didn't need it before because we were all together. You know,
Yeah.
and if I needed to do any teleconferencing, I'd use Skype. But anyway, so Zoom came out of nowhere, and when the coronavirus thing started, I think they had like 10 million members, users, and then all of a sudden they were up to 200 million, and probably a lot higher by now. Crazy. In fact, there were jokes saying
Yeah.
that Zoom was the cause. They were they started the coronavirus.
Wasn't there an article that said, what is it? The 500,000 accounts were breached?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's the
it was
problem. No?
sold somewhere supposedly.
Yeah. It was sold in the deep web basically. The deep web is it's it's how they explain the deep web. It's stuff that's not searchable on Google. It's like a whole disconnected area, but still on the internet. Anyway, so after Zoom, we
Well,
tried Google
mhm,
Hangouts, right? And Google Hangouts, I was so shocked that it's still around and it works.
it
It,
works. But up to how many can it handle?
I
Because
think it
Zoom
can
can
handle up to
do, was
100.
that like 100?
I think Hangouts can handle 100 too. And
No way.
Google also gave a free thing to counter Zoom. And then Skype.
Oh.
And Skype apparently still works and still good quality. It's just
Yeah.
quite a bit different because Microsoft bought them already, and yeah. So anyway, so businesses have gone virtual because of all of this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
Miko,
mean,
I
schools.
think you're the one. I think you're the one that at least in this group, you're the one that's used it the most. Uh, you're the one that's experiencing the most how businesses are using these apps for like classes. You do yoga, right? Online.
Yes, but I haven't tried any of those paid Zoom classes. What I have, if we're talking about classes though, what I have experienced
Cheapo.
is my daughter's online class because they use Zoom.
Okay.
And what I noticed is, they do these virtual circle time, and so they sing and they do actions, but I don't know if it's the teacher's internet connection or whatnot. But there are times when they become choppy, they hang, and you can see Luna's face change because she knows the actions or she knows the songs, and then suddenly when it's not in sync, you just hear her go,
Oh, so
Yeah,
there's
because
a disconnect.
the momentum
yeah,
is changed.
and it's hard to
Okay,
tell her,
so
like, keep watching or
Benj, you also went through some dance lessons online, but were they live
Yes.
streamed as well?
No, it's a video on demand kind of thing.
Okay.
So you choose. You're supposed. Well, if you're a real member, you can choose whatever dance choreography you want to learn, or if you want to learn a new genre of dance. But for the week that I tried it they had free classes, so you can't really choose. But there's one class a day that's new. So I just waited for the day that I liked the choreography, and then that's what I learned. Yeah, this
wait,
one.
wait, wait.
Not not the choreographer, the choreography.
Yeah, it's the choreography, not the choreographer.
Ah.
Okay. So yeah, I did this
Woo!
in our parking lot.
Yeah.
The moves.
Nice
Yeah, so all of
moves.
that I learned it online. In that website, you can have two views. You can watch it from the front, and you can also watch it from the back. You can switch it anytime.
Hmm.
You can
Galing.
slow it down. You can, put it at the certain point where you want to loop it, so that it just keeps on repeating until you get it. So yeah,
So it's like customized in so many aspects.
yeah, and it's really, I think, with the way they structured it, they had dancers in mind. They had,
Yes,
how
definitely.
we learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely because
Just
that's
a quick shout out
that's
from Josh Vin Luan. I hope I said your name right. He says, "Oh, I miss the show a lot. After ages, you're back." So hopefully magtuloy-tuloy na daw tayo.
Probably you said it
Yes,
wrong,
I
but
think I
Hello.
whatever.
think it
yeah, I
did.
think
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
we
it
can
Thank
was.
you
do
for
this.
joining us.
I think we can do this because we're not, we don't have to wait. Are you guys dressed up?
I can
No,
be
not
dressed
so
up.
much.
I would not stand up.
I'm
So,
confident in
yeah.
my
Hala
So
ko
I
ba
think
kasi
my
pambahay edition
attire.
to eh. Ito
yeah,
na
Kind
yung
of
so
dress
had
up
to
ko,
Push
yung
look fun,
earrings.
office.
so are we good to do this? You know what? Yeah, we still do have work, but when we have time to do this, I would like to do this. In fact, if we could do it more often,
I
that would
think
be
we
great.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what else? Fitness classes. Miko, did you do any yoga stuff?
Well,
What's your
I've done
experience?
apps, but and I think that's something that I can talk about later. It's I'm gonna say it like quick shout out to Down Dog app. For those of you who don't know it, you still have till May 1st, I think, or so they say in their website.
A few
But really, I
days.
think when we're talking about
Hang
businesses
on.
that have
Hang on. Wait, what do you get
what's up,
up to May 1st?
it's free stuff. You're
It wasn't
skipping me.
clear. It wasn't
Ito na
clear.
yung app pic ko eh.
Okay.
She wants to
Okay,
talk
okay,
about
okay.
it later on
Oh,
in
okay,
the
okay.
show.
We should
Okay.
talk
Later
about.
with
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I
visuals.
get it.
Come
But I have a
on.
question though. Is down dog the opposite of up dog?
I
Don't
can't
do
say I'm
it.
not.
Don't do it.
I can't say. I've only heard about that. No, I'm not gonna do it.
Maybe you're wondering what is.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do it. Anyway,
Anyone in the comments know?
so going back, because I know we're talking about businesses that have resorted to virtual events. A lot of people have resorted to, first of all, working out. And then I think there have been classes or studios that have resorted to virtual classes. A lot of them, whether it be a paid class in Zoom or a free Instagram or Facebook Live. But I
Some
think
do
the
it on.
challenge. Mhm.
Some even do it on stories, Instagram stories, and IG Live as
Oh.
well. It's a
Yeah,
little.
yeah, yeah.
I find it a little difficult though because I watch my wife do it, and so as she's following, so my wife sometimes is accompanied by my two kids, right? And as she's following the steps and the music, suddenly, you know, it gets all distorted, or the music drops, or
Hmm.
it's I see the frustration in their faces because, how can you follow something if you can't see it or you can't hear it, right?
Yeah, and
So
just like what Benj mentioned, the momentum, is gone. And I have experienced those firsthand where, it gets, whether it's blurry or it's choppy, you don't know what the teacher is instructing you to do, or, the count, especially if you don't count yourself, which I really don't, because I have the instructor to rely on.
yeah,
What's worse is when they suddenly they disappear and you don't know if they're coming back. And so
yeah,
good for you if you try. So what happens is, for example, you're on the mat, you're doing your push-ups or whatever, and then suddenly there's you don't hear anything anymore. You go back to your phone, and then you check, and then you try to see if they'll go back online. And some of them, they apologize, and sometimes the reasons that I hear are, it's because Instagram flagged them for probably the music that they used.
copyright.
That's I
Yeah,
think
copyright.
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Or I don't know, maybe it's the internet. I don't know. Sometimes it's the lighting. You don't really see. There are times that you don't really see what they're doing. It's really just a silhouette. But you try to follow however you can. But when they completely disappear, it's another story. Your momentum is gone. So
Na-
that's what I find very challenging in these cases, and that's why I think proper live streaming is important if you want to keep these things going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
for
you will
now, this
lose
is the
audience.
next big thing. For now, this is it.
It
For,
Yeah.
while
it's
in the
so
lockdown.
funny. It's so funny because I was a proponent of live streaming since, well, 2011 basically, when we started Good Times with Mohan. But I guess we started way too early, right? And I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this to happen. And the thing is, in fact, I gave up. I gave up. We stopped. We stopped doing this. We stopped all of our shows. We started doing all commercial work because, well, that's
Yeah.
what makes money. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you kind of need to feed people too, right? I mean, I have family. So we stopped. And then now it's happening. It sucks that it took something as crazy as this pandemic to do it, but we're here. So, okay, why should we live stream? So if there are people watching who don't yet understand the difference, and the advantages, the reasons for which I've always been wanting to do this, since 2011, 2012. My first thing is audience reach. You know what I mean? Because when you put up an event, you're launching a product. Let's just say you're launching a car. You know, you try to get as many people in one big location. You get maybe 1,000 people. That's a lot already,
And that's
right?
expensive.
That's very expensive
Yeah.
because you're gonna have to feed
All the
every single
food.
person.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And
All the
and not
tasty
Logistics.
only
food.
you guys have to understand it's not only feeding. You kind of have to give them something to bring home,
Yep.
right? And if there's 1,000 people, that's a lot. And with live streaming, audience reaches it's there. You know they can. Now the problem is based on experience in live streaming for other clients. So our job is basically to live stream their event, right? And we do it pretty well. I mean, we do it really well compared to most. The thing is, a lot of our clients don't understand the importance of marketing before the live stream. So when there are 200 people watching, they think, oh, you failed. Us, we failed. Which I find really wrong because our job is to make the live stream as beautiful as we can. Now, if no one comes in because you didn't invite enough people, then we're out of that. That's not our job. Our job is to
Yes.
do the live stream properly.
So
Further
I
on,
guess
the
just like
live was an
the
afterthought, no?
yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes that's how it is. Like we'll be contacted like 3 days before the event to see if we could live stream it, which
We
has
can.
happened and we can. I guess
I'll give you
what
guys an example. For those of you that are watching, one example of 3 days before we live stream is one of our biggest ever live streams ever.
and I think going back to what you said in terms of marketing, I guess brands or companies should always think of like the amount of effort and financial support that you would put in marketing an actual event. Not even that much, but maybe, but put some effort in marketing your live stream event as well. Don't just rely on like, okay, so I have this much audience on my Facebook live page or my YouTube page
Oh, wait,
or
wait, wait. Hang on. This whole Facebook thing. When you have a Facebook page, and let's just say you have 1 million people there, right? You have 1 million fans, followers. When you post something, it's about 2% only of those people that will see that you're doing something. So even your 1 million people, just because you have 1 million people there doesn't mean they're all gonna see it. So you're still gonna have to pay Facebook. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's a way to do it.
Yeah, I
And
think
you know,
it's like
if
any other marketing or uh marketing strategy,
yeah,
wherein you really have to put money into pushing it to people.
yeah. And
Because
maybe it's not going to be as expensive as an actual event, but you still have to put in some money
yeah,
into marketing that live stream event,
because how much
which
do they pay for a 15-second on on the local TV?
yeah,
How
compared
much
to
do they pay for
yeah,
digital.
that compared to paying that to push your sponsored post?
exactly,
Yes, correct.
So I guess
exactly.
now it's just a transition period from people who are just used to putting ads on TV to now pushing their marketing on social media, blasting it
Well,
everywhere.
well.
Uh,
Speaking of,
so, no.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but the big three traditional media outlets, TV, are going full blast on digital. I
Digital.
mean,
Yeah, they're trying to
Oh,
yeah,
make their own Netflix.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I
And
guess it's another one that took this pandemic to push them towards digital.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because another thing you have to remember when it comes to live streaming, it's the audience comfort. The people who are watching are at home. They don't have to deal with traffic to go to your event. They don't have to deal with, gas and parking and all that stressful, having to eat out because you're outside.
True.
So the comfort at home, if you have a stable internet connection and you're just gonna watch it, you can put it on your smart TV if you have, or you can watch it on your phone. You can grab a snack from your fridge, you know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's the
and that
beauty of
leads to
live streaming.
audience
You can be
comfort.
anywhere. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
And how about what can you say about the interaction when it comes to
oh,
live
that's
streaming?
huge. That's huge. I mean, no other media gives you that, right? None other. I mean, it can be simple comments or likes or clicking of those hearts,
Mm-hmm.
that come out on your Facebook live thing, or it's that's something. But more important than that is interaction with the event itself.
Yes.
Like for example, in an actual physical event, what usually happens is after the announcement of whatever, then they open the mic and you walk up to the mic with a spotlight and you ask your question, right? Which
Right.
kinda like, I don't know, people like me wouldn't even do that because I'm hosting this show, but I'll be honest with you, in real life, IRL, I'm introverted. You know what I mean? Ba't ka tumatawa rin eh?
You said
IRL.
IRL.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
IRL.
We
trying.
don't even
I'm
use that.
trying to I'm trying to help. I'm trying to relate to the young ones. Okay, boomer.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm,
Failing very.
Yeah, but anyway, that's the thing. Online, you have a chat box, right? Like right now, there's a chat box on Facebook. There's a chat box on YouTube, and they can type there, and we can reply right away, which
that's right.
makes it so much more intimate. You
Yes.
feel
So
like you're
if you guys
part.
out there are watching, by the way, you guys can comment and ask us questions, and we'll get to them as soon as we can.
Are we?
Yeah, but I really
Okay.
think interaction is the biggest selling point of live stream. Imagine that it's what they've been doing on radio shows. That's the reason why they want you to text them.
They
That's the
want you to
reason why they
call,
want you to call in.
Paul,
to
yeah,
tweet, to
But
message them.
here on the live streaming world, you can also do that and you can even have video calls
that's true.
Yes,
like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because in live streaming,
definitely.
you can have legitimate conversations with people you can't in an event because it's all staged. I mean, you can't talk to people normally in an event because they have a structure. In a live
Yeah.
stream, at least it's more flowing. I guess
Yeah,
one
Okay.
and
person.
and I guess there's a sense of anonymity of sorts, or you feel like there's more freedom to maybe just type in your question or your comment, not like if you really have to go to the center and get the mic and ask your question.
And the
Yeah,
spotlight is
because you
on
can
you.
you can actually be topless and wearing boxer shorts and type your
Hey,
question,
Eh,
and that would be all good,
hey,
right? You
Ayun
I'm
know,
na sa
so
inyo.
wearing.
Sa mga nanonood, hindi, wag na.
okay, so yeah, so my question now is, so I'm sure there are a lot of people that are wondering how difficult is it to do that, like what do I have to have, right? So how expensive it is to get into something like that.
Right.
Well, there's a basic one, and of course, there's a more advanced version. So, like for example, basic one, uh, Rene, what are you using right
Mm,
now?
my old college laptop.
And
That,
That's basically it.
that's basically it.
there you go. So, it's
Exactly.
possible to have an
This
old
is free.
laptop with a webcam and do a live stream, right? And
Yeah,
then
I
of
think
course there's
that's the most basic you can get.
yeah, that's the most basic you can get. There's no real barrier to entry. In fact, if you want to, you can even use your cell phone. You can
Yeah,
go live on yeah.
there's live streaming apps right now that you can use your
Sure.
phone, and it uses your camera. You can live stream, you can get comments, you can talk to people.
You could live stream while lying back. I don't
Yeah.
know, whatever.
So, okay, so that's basic live stream, and anybody, basically anybody who has, maybe a pretty good internet and a device that has a camera, so long as you
Okay,
have the app that you can
wait,
stream
hang
on.
on. Let's define pretty good internet. So right now,
Okay.
for me, okay, guys, for those of you watching, what's happening right now is I am receiving all the three of them. I'm receiving their video and audio. It's all going to my I have a switcher here, a video switcher, putting it all together with audio and video, putting all of those frames and whatnot, putting whatever effects that didn't work earlier, but whatever. And I need about 10 Mbps for that to receive their videos and to send to Facebook. And then I need another 5 Mbps to send to YouTube. So that's a total of 15 Mbps. It's not so bad. I mean, you don't have to do like a four-way thing to both Facebook and YouTube the way we're doing it right now. You can do it just to Facebook because in the Philippines anyway, Facebook is the place to go because everyone's there except Marco.
Yeah,
I
I heard. But yeah, I think when it comes to speed, as a basic live stream setup would probably only need like 5 to 10 Mbps.
And here's the thing. The cheapest fiber connection of PLDT is 1299. That's 20 Mbps.
That comes with a phone already.
Yes.
I don't know if it comes with it does.
It
One
does.
Does
two nine
Rene?
nine.
I know all the plans come with phones.
Okay, so there.
I
So 1299. Imagine that.
okay, so but how is that different now from an advanced setup, and who would take advantage of an advanced setup?
Well, uh, an
I
advanced
think for
setup
an
would
advanced setup, in my opinion, is something that if you have an event that's so big and you want to reach other people, and especially now that we're all in quarantine, I
Mm-hmm.
think they're the ones, the big brands that wants to promote their newly launching uh, product
Like,
or something
yeah,
like
that
that.
they weren't able
Yeah,
to do because of
because most
the
of them they do
ECQ.
it in
Right.
huge malls or huge convention center.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Instead
Or
of doing that now,
hotels.
do an advanced setup where you can have probably at least three cameras. One that's following the host, the other shows the product, the other one, uh, to make it a little bit more interesting that people will watch it and people will stay until the end of your broadcast. Diba?
perfect time to do it
yes.
now. Everyone's staying at home.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys what a more advanced setup would look like raw in the raw without all of these graphics and all of these frames. So there. So this is me with a mirrorless camera, with a nicer lens, with a nice mic, all connected to a whole bunch of equipment that's around me. So it's not very very far different from what you'd see Miko, Benji, and Rene have right now when it's this small. When our each frame is this small, but when it's big, that's why I showed my face in full screen. Then you kind of notice it. In fact, Miko sent me a message last night from somebody who knows somebody whom I don't know. Who's Miko, a director?
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah,
A director. Maybe in the, if I'm not mistaken, in the music industry, and he said that I don't know if anybody has seen, but yes, follow Talia and Erin. It's a Facebook page, and he said that that's one of the best streams that he's seen.
Yeah, so there's a visual quality difference when you're using professional equipment, of course. But that doesn't mean that your stuff at home cannot be used to help you promote whatever you need to promote. Now, if you need something like this, what we're doing right now, then you're gonna need some help. I'll be honest,
Yeah.
I've never done this before, wherein I'm co-hosting the show while switching everything.
You're
I'm
doing
so
a pretty good
confused.
job.
Yes, but I'm so confused. And if you noticed, I'm not switching. I just
You'll be
left. I'm
switching
just
soon.
I'm
Kasi
just
malapit na
leaving
tayo
it
sa
in
news eh.
this.
Yeah, but
Ay,
that's the
ay,
thing
ay.
about advanced setups. You'll have people there that will do
Yeah.
that, and
Yes,
they're
I'm not
supposed to take
supposed to
care
be
of
doing
that.
this. Exactly. I'm not supposed to be hosting. I'm not supposed to be on camera. I'm supposed to just be switching all of this while you guys do your thing as clients. And I have to put my head into what I do best, which is switching and making sure that the flow runs perfectly. While
That's right.
you do you, where you talk to your clients and make them understand what you're offering more.
Yeah. And for all of you out there who are, interested, we're actually coming up with a special episode specifically for live streaming, as a
Yeah,
vessel for,
yeah
virtual events, specific, good for businesses. So,
we
yeah, so
I
please
think
stay
we're gonna
tuned.
do that. I think we're gonna do that sometime next week.
Okay.
The schedule isn't set yet, but because we're still fixing it, we're still working on everything.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, this stream currently still has its kinks. The
Yeah.
biggest kink being me, because I'm not used to hosting and and switching at the same time. I
Okay ka
have
naman eh.
Yeah,
no, but I'm
and
supposed to
there's a
have.
lot of things you don't see behind the scenes.
Yeah, like for
Yeah.
example, people for those people that are seeing Benji for the first time, he's actually someone who switches. So while I'm doing my hosting, he's switching. So yeah, we all have our specializations, and Benji's supposed to be switching this, but I have the stuff. So yeah, so I have to do it. Okay,
We're on
next.
lockdown.
Yep. So Miko, what's your
Yeah.
what's your what are you what app have you been working on recently? Let's
Ano,
let's,
ano, ano,
let's do
ano.
the news. I
Okay.
don't want. Yeah.
Transition lang ko ka muna.
Wait,
Tignan
let's
nga
try
natin
it.
kung gagana.
Kanina
Transition.
ayaw
Wala?
gumana eh. Let's try it.
Ay, sorry, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Uy, nawala tayo.
And we're not back.
Ah,
And we're not
so,
back.
nice news. We're back. See that?
Yeah, anyway,
All
for those
right.
of you that were watching from the beginning, that's what I was trying to do. And it didn't work when I did my switch. That's what
Okay.
happens when you're using. Hang on, Miko. That's what
Ay,
happens
sorry.
when you're using software. When you use software to do your switching, things go bad. So when people offer to you that they can do switching for you, first of all, the first thing you ask is what are you using? Software or hardware? If it's software, I promise you there's so many bugs. Not good. Hardware hardware is an appliance. It's like a microwave. It's like a an oven. It's you
It's
know
built to do it.
it's built to do it. That's all it does. It'll work, and that's what we use. So there.
And before we go to the news, we have some audience on YouTube, and we just
Really?
want to say hi to Rugal316 and also
Hey,
Marco. They're watching.
Hey, what's
hello,
And
up,
I,
Marco.
Marco?
Okay, I have news.
We
I have
appreciate
news.
you.
I have news from Marco. Marco is currently building his PC. Right? It's
kailangan nga
it's
daw
it's
niya
a
ng tulong.
yeah. It's a little bit smaller than the normal PC. It's smaller than a mid tower, and he's water cooling it. The plan was I was going to help him. He was gonna come over and I was gonna help him build it. And then the ECQ happened. So now he's building it himself. And guess what happened to him yesterday?
What?
All the waters.
No,
I don't
worse
want to
than
say it.
water.
I mean,
Worse.
It leaked.
Worse. He
I don't know
leaked.
anything about water
the whole
It
coolers.
caught
PC took a
fire.
bath.
Wait,
Did
he
it?
leaked
Huh?
blood.
Um,
What?
oh,
Nasugatan siya?
yatan.
Yes, scissors. Sorry, Marco. I had to say it.
Uh,
What? No,
well,
he
it
didn't tell me
Hey,
about
happens.
that.
hey, it happened to me as
Everything's a life
well.
lesson.
Remember, guys. I sent on our WhatsApp thread my finger with all the blood when I redid my computer. You
I
guys
didn't
don't
see the
remember?
blood.
No, no, I
I don't
didn't
want to
send
see
it
the
to you.
blood.
I sent it to the boys.
Mm.
No.
Yeah, that was bad. Anyway,
So are we gonna
so
go to the
Miko,
news?
Oh, wait,
yeah,
hold
let's go to the
on.
news.
There's
What?
one
What's up?
comment on Facebook that said the PLDT 1299 plan is 10 Mbps, not 20.
10 Mbps.
Hmm.
Hang on. Let me check.
We apologize.
I'll check. No, because I just
Misinformation.
got.
Yeah.
I just. Okay.
Again, this
Inside
is
news.
live.
Insider news. Okay. Insider info. I
Baka yun yung
just
time na sinasabi
recently.
ng PLDT na, we'll up your Mbps for
No,
free,
I
mga
just.
ganun.
Yeah, we got you,
I
fam. Go up your thingy.
I very recently got in touch with PLDT because I was telling them, hey, you know what? During this ECQ, our studio is basically doing nothing, and I'm paying so much for it, right? So I said, hey, can I please downgrade it and upgrade it when this whole ECQ is done,
What did they
right?
say? That's a good, makes sense.
Yeah, I have to save money somehow, right? Because I have to pay
Yeah.
these guys still. So anyway, okay, so here, fiber plan 1299, internet of up to 10 Mbps. Correct. I was wrong.
Correct.
With unlimited usage. But here's the thing, Miko, what's your current plan?
What? According to my husband,
Okay.
we're paying 1899, I think. And that's 20
One
Mbps. Am I right?
1899 for 20 Mbps? Are you sure?
Yes, but I no, I'm not sure because my husband's also not sure.
Is it not 1699 for 25?
Because
Oh,
no,
see, yan ang nga yung sinasabi
1699
ko eh. That's why.
no, 1699 is 20 Mbps, 1899 is 30 Mbps, and
Okay.
2899 is 50 Mbps.
Okay, I'm just being honest. because I asked my husband, and the way he answered me, okay, you can hear me. The way he answered me is, I don't know,
He's
20,
watching the
something
live
like
stream.
that. I'm not sure. Oh, see? So
There's
I'm
a
telling you
thing
right now,
called
I'm not
speed
sure.
test.
Now, Benj, uh, if you think that's bad, do you know? Do you do the three of you know that our current plan in our studio does not exist?
Oh yeah,
Huh?
yeah, yeah. You
I
told
know.
me about this.
It doesn't
Why?
It
It's
exist.
does not
old?
exist anymore.
Oh, they're the
It
first
doesn't exist
wonders, right?
anymore. In fact, the speed we're getting is the same speed that we would get for almost half the price.
Then let's get the half the price.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing now. I'm having it downgraded. But before I downgrade it, in my text messages with the guy from PLDT, he said there's a plan that's 200 pesos more than our current plan. So I asked, what do you get for that, right? I
Mm,
haven't gotten a reply. But
Another telephone.
if it's something a lot more, then I'll
a
just upgrade
phone.
it,
You
right?
get a telpad.
I have a
With
Telpad.
Hey,
Android 5.
comments
The
from
tote bag.
Facebook. Josh says, I kind of miss the heads up thing. Eh, but you're
Wait, what
doing
was
a
the
good
heads up?
job, Miguel. Ano yung heads up? Nakalimutan ko na nga yung heads up eh.
I have no idea what
Josh,
they're talking
Ano ba
Josh,
yun?
I'm new
tulong
here.
naman,
May,
Josh. Nakalimutan ko na yung heads up.
Transition
sorry, it's
logo.
been, it's
Tu-
been,
Can you
4 years.
do the transition
Or
logo?
two.
Yeah.
Yon.
Wala,
We're
bakit
And
not
nawala
we're
tayo?
there
back.
again.
Hello.
So for
Okay.
tonight's news, let's get things going. One of the things that I discovered because of this whole ECQ, and we're doing homeschooling now. My 3-year-old daughter calls me teacher mama. One of the things we discovered, actually, it's my husband that discovered, and I asked him earlier how he actually discovered this app. He said he saw it from a Facebook ad. So it's called Lingo Kids. There you have it. And it's a learning app that was developed by experts in early childhood learning. And it's for students from 2 to 8 years of age, through which they learn English in a fun, playful way. So when my husband told me about Lingo Kids, I just said, okay, go ahead. Anyway, there's a 1 week promo. So it's free for a week. And when I saw how my daughter was, playing with it, it really wasn't even the English that I was, amazed with. It was more of the motor skills because you learn how to trace. It's memory games. It's all through gaming, learning through gaming, and they
Hang
even
on, hang
have
on.
these.
Wait, what do you mean by learning through gaming? Give us a more solid example because we're kind of lost. I am kind of lost.
Oh, like for example, memory games, simple memory games. Like how we do it with cards. So you click
Okay.
one, and then it'll tell you like whatever the object is.
Can do it with
And then you're gonna
cards.
have to look for it. And you have like several pairs of objects.
Okay,
So that's
okay.
one. So and then the others are tracing. So she has to trace whether this car has to go to from point A to point B. And then there's one where it's like actual grown-up gaming. I don't know how to say it. Where there's an up and down on one side, and then the other side is to go left, to go right, to maneuver. So basically, it's like a navigating thing, which
A
I'm super
drone.
bad at. And this app, teaches you that also. It's like telling you that one game that she had that was collecting vegetables in a farm. So she had to navigate her way through the farm to get, corn and carrots and cabbage, all that stuff.
Wait, it's not
And
like Farmville.
you I no, I don't know. I don't think so. But I never got into Farmville either. I don't think you grow vegetables there. You just pick them up.
Can we
Okay.
build like a Bahay Kubo version?
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Hang on. So okay, I'm looking at it right now, right? And here as everyone can see, it's like $15. $15, that would be about 750 to 800 pesos. Is it worth it? Do you think it's worth 800 pesos a month?
Okay, if I'm being completely honest, after 1 week, we deactivated it. We're
What?
back to the free. What? Okay, ano, you guys are judging me already eh.
Hey, no
Hey,
judgment here.
no.
Oh, walang judgment ha. Eh,
We
nakikita
know
ko yung mga
you.
mukha nyo.
We know
I'm
Anyway,
you.
playing
what I'm
Call of
trying
Duty
to
for
say is,
free. You're
No,
supposed
wait,
to pay for
Benji.
the battle pass.
Benj. So for that dance thing, did you ever decide to pay for the thing?
I'm this close to paying for it.
So
I'm
what
thinking
what
whether to do the monthly or the yearly.
so what's pushing you? What pushed you to get that close? I think this
I
is
think it's
important for
the
many people.
I think it's the way that they gave you a little taste of what it will be. So being able to experience it and seeing that this is a good alternative than going to uh, a real class right now. You can, but in the future, because the dancers, the choreographers that teach us in that website, when they come to the Philippines, you have to pay for, I think, north of 1,000 pesos for one class. But
wow.
with this one, I think it's $20 a month. For I'm not so sure with the numbers, but I know it's $100 for 1 year. So
Hang on.
I mean that's
What's
only
the name
five
of
classes if they come to the Philippines.
what's the name of this website?
Steezy.co. Yeah.
Sneezy?
So
As in
Steezy,
Hatsu?
Steezy.
Oh, Steezy.
STEEZY
.co.
.co. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Steezy
Yeah.
Studio.
I'll pull it up also. Yeah. So it's $20 a month. So about 1,000 pesos a month. But if you pay for the yearly premium, it's only $100, 99.99. So that's 5,000 pesos. And if those choreographers go to the Philippines, they'll only be able to go to 5 classes. But with this
Okay.
one, if you can do a class like once every, let's say once every month, that's 12 classes in a year. That would be 12,000 pesos if they came to the Philippines.
So is it
Okay.
worth it?
So
For me, I think as a dancer, it's worth it. But
for me it's
I'm
not
just
because
thinking,
I'm not a dancer.
yeah, yeah.
But you might be if you try.
Aray ko.
I saw that.
Naipit eh, si kuya kasi.
Pag siya
Yeah.
na dancer,
Well,
gonna prove you
Okay.
all
How,
wrong.
how about you, Rene? Because you, Rene,
I
I
don't
know,
dance.
I know what you're doing now is mostly Netflix, right?
Yes.
Netflix is how much now? Does anyone
500?
know?
500?
I think
I
500 is for
guess.
the four users
Yeah, yeah,
one.
yeah. I,
Yeah.
I know there's one thing right now. They have the 150 pesos for one device.
And it's
Wow,
not
that's
even
cheap.
HD, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's
149.
Yeah.
not?
It's
Mm-hmm.
149 pesos. Yeah.
Yeah. But
But
for
So,
those who don't, you know,
but so I think okay, I get the whole 149 peso thing. You know why? Because 149 pesos is basically a cup or one order of Starbucks coffee. So you sacrifice one order of Starbucks coffee a month to be able to watch Netflix. And it's easy. It's an easy sell. Now, I do understand that the reason why the price is that way is because Netflix has a Philippine office. The problem with services like Steezy is that it's a global rate, and it's a rate that's, I guess, okay for the United States. And that's a problem. Because what's okay in the United States doesn't mean it's okay for, the Philippines.
Yeah, because when we went to the States, I tried checking the studios if I can enter a class. And yeah, I saw the schedule, it just didn't fit. But the price is around $30 a class.
Yeah, it's really a big difference. So what I'm trying to get at here is I think all of these subscription based services should localize. And so for example, the Philippines isn't really you can't compare the salaries of Filipinos in the Philippines to, for example, Americans in the United States. There's just no comparison. So we can't afford to pay the same, right? So I think there has to be some sort of a way to balance that out. I don't know how. I don't know if they have to put up an office here that understands how the spending powers of the locals are, whatever. But there has to be a way for them to figure out that a global rate is not good enough.
I think
Do you
Steam
agree?
does that. In VR games, if you shop in Steam in the US, it's more expensive. Like if you try to shop here, uh, it's like half the price here, the Philippines, compared to the US.
Really? So the
Yeah,
price
Steam
that
games.
that the price that for example we pay for Steam games is cheaper than what the Americans have to pay for?
Well, VR games is one example, but I don't know about the AAA games like let's say Resident Evil. I think it's closer, but in VR it's half of here.
Yeah,
Okay.
because nobody has VR equipment here. I mean, all
We don't.
right,
That's
moving
true.
on.
Okay,
Let's
moving
move
on.
on to a different topic now.
Okay.
Should we
So
start
then
skipping some topics?
sige, let's skip. What you want to skip your down dog, Miko?
You can show the video.
The video is Cosmic Kids. I can we can skip
Did
the down dog because
did
that's the app pick.
Okay, hang on.
Spoiler.
Let's see if I can get the Cosmic Kids to show. Ready? Set? Go.
Gusto ko yung may ready, set, go.
So okay,
Is
on
it
the
is it
right
being
is
shown?
is Miko's daughter. That's Luna.
Yeah, I wanted to actually say thank you and give a quick shout out to Atike who recommended this YouTube channel. It's called Cosmic Kids Yoga. So because of the ECQ, we haven't been able to, leave the house, and it, it's kind of hard to contain a 3-year old, or maybe it's just my 3-year old. I don't know. Wala pang chocolates yan ah. So we've been looking for ways to, you know, keep her going, physical activities and all that. So Ate Kay sent me this Cosmic Kids Yoga, and what I like about this, and this is not just, I mean, Luna normally tries to follow what I do when I watch some videos. But for this Cosmic Kids Yoga, it's very different. It's very much, for kids in such a way na they shot it in chroma para ma-change nila yung background para immediately may imagine ng kids where they should be. So
Hang
that's
on.
why I like it. And
Not everybody understands what chroma means. So
I'm
chroma
sorry, please
basically
explain.
it's shot against a green screen, which and then
Or
the
blue.
green
Or
background
blue.
or blue, and then the blue or the green background is replaced with whatever you want to replace. Okay.
Yeah, and I find it so amazing because it's also compared to, for example, the IG live outs that I watch. It's one camera and that's it. If she's far or he's far, too bad, diba? Pero this one, may zoom in, zoom out. So pag kunyari yung movement is small, like it's just the shoulders, pinapakita nila. So nakikita ng kids. So she was able to follow about, a 15-20 minute, you know, yoga session.
Yeah, and then her attention is way off.
After that, yeah. So, these things are amazing in that way, diba?
Yeah. Uh, I think I think moving forward, apps like this would get bigger because of what's going on. So, like for example, strangely, my wife and I decided to homeschool our kids for the next school year, even before this whole ECQ, right? Miko knows this. Benji, you've heard about this. I don't know, Rene, if you did, no? But the thing
Yes,
is,
I know.
right after this no, during this whole ECQ, all of a sudden, so many parents are considering homeschooling. Now we aren't homeschooling because our children are stupid, because a lot of people think that homeschooling is for stupid children because children those these children can't you know can't reach the
Absorb at
standards
the
of
same speed.
the school. But no, in fact, I have no clue how my kids are so intelligent. I mean, I was not like that in school.
You're not gonna take credit for it?
I was the stupid guy. No. I was the stupid guy. I was the guy that was no.
Stupid guy.
I was the guy that was just bumming. I did really well in math. That's it.
Okay,
Only
kailangan
math.
natin ng ibang episode to talk about how Kuya did school. Marami akong kwento dyan.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. But yeah. So my kids are gonna do homeschooling because I feel that they're being slowed down by the school they're in, and the school that they're in isn't even a traditional school. It's already a progressive school. But still, I find there are some things they can be ahead of pa. And that's what I want to do. It's not easy. I fellow parents, it's so not easy, but it's so worth it. I think it's so worth it because if you know where your child is and you know where they need help, you know what subjects they're weak at, then you can decide what to do.
That's
Unlike
true. I think
just
it's a mix of bonding and frustration.
oh yeah, definitely a lot of
More
frustration,
on frustration.
a lot of
Depends.
frustration.
Depends on the day. Depends on her mood.
Yeah, and yeah, it's well, we're gonna see. I think next year is going to be a big year for homeschooling for many parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I
I don't
guess.
know, I don't know about you, Miko. You're the only other parent here right now. But
That's
if the
true.
school says, if my kid's school says, okay, we're going to school next week, no way. I'm not sending my kid to school next week. You know what I mean? Even if the government says it's okay, even if even if the president says this whole thing is done, we're all good, we can go back to work, and then the school says, okay, we're ready to go back to school next week, I am not doing it. Are you, Miko?
Mm.
There you go.
I think that's a topic for another video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Moving on, we can talk about phones. That's what I see here.
Oh my golly, this is a lot. Okay, so let's do this
Oh,
really quick.
pick
Let's
the
do this
best
really quick.
ones.
Is anybody checking the comments?
Um,
Sorry.
well,
It's so
Raymond
it
said,
yeah.
sorry. Raymond said that in maybe in a future episode we can discuss perks of LinkedIn and how beneficial it is.
Okay, let me tell you right now,
LinkedIn?
real quick, it's not.
Wait, hang on.
Future
LinkedIn?
Bakit?
episode,
Sinakdang mo
Benj.
na kagad.
Wait. LinkedIn?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. What's his name?
Raymond.
Raymond.
Okay, Raymond. Do me a favor. Can you please send us through PHTech's Facebook page why you think it's so important? Because I haven't used it. I'm not saying you're wrong. Definitely not saying you're wrong.
Wait. Let me finish.
Yeah.
What he's saying is how beneficial it is as a portfolio building, or at least just bringing yourself out there.
We should have guests with LinkedIn.
Yeah, I get that. LinkedIn is great for marketing yourself as a business person, right? Or as a professional. It's Benji.
On
But
another episode, we will talk about it.
Or maybe because we're just with creatives that don't
no, no,
use
no, no, no,
LinkedIn.
no. Here's my thing. I have been, I have received messages trying to, how do you say this? Pirate me from my own business, and and they found me through LinkedIn, so that's a good thing, right? The thing is, I think it's me that has a problem. I don't know how to use LinkedIn to get any further than
Well,
that.
there you go.
So
That's
it's
why
a
I
you
need,
problem.
yes, that's why I need help. I need help from people that do know
Oh,
how to
maybe
use
we
it.
can get somebody
Hmm.
A guest?
who who knows a lot about LinkedIn, or how it works, how it is beneficial for him or her. Paging Atiki. Let's do this. One of the episodes.
Good luck.
See
Yeah.
what I did there?
Good luck. Good luck getting my wife to sit here.
Fine.
We
I'll go
will
na
make her
next.
write a script, then we will just read it.
Okay. So let's do a quick. Let's go through the news really quickly. Number one.
Lightning round.
Go.
Number one, iPhone SE 2020. And I say 2020 because there's already an old iPhone SE. But for some reason, Apple
Yeah.
decided to call it the iPhone SE. What is it? It's basically an iPhone that looks like the iPhone 6, but with the screen of the iPhone 5. Remember that? Remember the
Yes.
6
It's
was
quite
what made it bigger?
I don't own.
Hindi ko
That
alam yung
form
6.
factor, it was
Yung 5
rounder.
na alala ko.
The 5 was the one with the it had round edges, corners,
Yes.
but for the face was kind of flat,
Yung may
right?
puti.
Yeah, and then the
Bezel.
6, the 6 had a round edge on the screen. So the iPhone 6,
Okay.
I mean the iPhone SE 2020 is out with a 4.7-inch screen, which is the size of the iPhone 5, the 5C. Remember the 5C, the plastic one? Same size.
Yes.
Yeah, it came out with different colors.
There you go. It's that size, but with the shape of the 6. Here's the thing, $399 US. When was the last time that Apple ever released a phone sub $400 US?
I think never.
There you go. So
And they're
Apple's
giving away the
first
chip of their latest flagship phone.
So Apple's first mass market device at a price that's properly mass market, even for the Philippines or India or China. Because before they released the old SE and the old C, which is supposedly their
Cheap
mass market.
version?
Yeah, but they weren't. They weren't cheap at all. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that went like
Uh,
$600 pa rin.
But it does look beautiful. Hang on. Let's see if I can get this to show up.
Yeah, according to its reviews and other articles about it, it's basically the iPhone 11 without the other cameras, and it has the touch. What do you call that?
Fingerprint.
The fingerprint sensor that was removed from the latest iPhone line.
Really?
Yeah,
They took that out?
I mean, it's not in front of your screen anymore. It's not at the bottom. Remember, you can press home.
Yeah,
Like, physically press
that's what I
home.
have. I think.
What's your
So
phone right
basically,
now,
they're
Miko?
dipping their toes in the budget.
I think you have
Market.
the 8. Do you have the 8?
I don't know. Mine is 7S.
Oh, 7, yeah. So from 10 to 11, they removed that feature. And some people like it because some people don't want to register their face on
Yeah.
devices such as
I don't
this.
know. I don't know.
No, because you use the fingerprint thing for other apps also. I mean, when you pay
Yes, but
for.
I also use my face for paying. So I'm on the 10. I'm on the 10 and I'm really happy with it. Not that I'm happy with Apple, because I really think that Apple's prices are going crazy, especially in the Mac world. I still have the 10, which was released 2017, and I have no plans of getting another Apple phone. And that's the reason why I currently have a computer that's hanging on the wall. That's a clue. There's no Mac that hangs on a wall. So there. I just
Unless you,
shift.
you
You
know,
really, unless you really try.
Unless you really try to hang it on our. Okay, wait. Boys, please make sure you check on our group thread. Our executive producer has a message for us.
I have
Yeah.
read the message.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it's an hour and 45 minutes. You know what? The problem is it's been so long since the last time we did this, and then.
No,
Ah,
nagre-reminisce si Kuya.
Ako rin eh.
Okay.
First time here, people.
First time.
What's
O, dali,
next?
fast forward. Kasi hindi ko magawa to eh. Kasi on
Ayan,
cam ko,
ginagawa mo na.
normally off cam ko ginagawa yun.
Okay.
So, ito na.
Okay.
Go guys,
So
come on.
the iPhone SE, you just don't wanna cut this. So the iPhone SE, what's good about it? It has good battery life. It has good software updates. The way Apple does it. um, like really old phones still update to the current one. Camera is good and good lighting, and video is great. Now, the bad. Let's talk about the bad. It's the old design with the with big bezels, and if you don't like all of those frames up and below, then this is not for you. It has the iPhone 6 look with an iPhone 5 size. Uh, and the low light photos are noisy. So
But you get what
there
you
you
pay
go.
for that
Yeah,
price.
but for $400, I think it's a good deal. I mean,
Yeah.
like if I were to buy this, I would buy it for my daughter because my daughter's an Apple fan. In fact, my iPhone 10 is gonna go to her once I'm able to replace my phone.
With what though?
An SE.
Later on. Let's go to the
Oh,
next.
does that bring us to the next
Yeah, no.
topic?
It's gonna skip one. So okay. So next topic is so Apple is delaying the mass production of the next flagship phone, which is the iPhone 12, basically, or whatever they're gonna call it, because of the coronavirus thing. So we're all going. It seems like it doesn't matter where you're from, how rich you are, how poor you are, or whatever. Everyone's affected. Apple, the richest corporation in the world, is affected. In fact, they're gonna have to push back the mass production of their iPhone 12 production by 1 month. So what are the rumors? The rumors are there are gonna be four new iPhone models later this year, with a 5.4 inch model, a 6.1 inch model, and a 6.7 inch model. I don't know which is gonna double because they said four, but there are only three sizes here. All OLED screens. So that would mean blacks. And then all of these delays are, like I said, caused by the pandemic.
I think the market for the SE are the people who already lives in the ecosystem of Apple but don't want to break the bank for the next generation of chips.
I think it's gonna be difficult for. Okay, I disagree. I think what the SE is for those people that are coming from Android. They can't afford the flagship ones, but they want to feel the Apple ecosystem. So they go for that
But no,
$400.
yeah, if I have $400, I'll get a bigger screen and an Android.
No, but here's the problem. If you're already an iPhone person, so for example, you have let's say an iPhone 10, which was 2017, right? Are you gonna go from a 5.4 inch screen
Bezel-less.
to a 4.7 screen? I don't think so. I
Well, if
don't
you
think
break
they're
your
gonna go
phone,
back. That's my daughter. My daughter would
I
go
think
back.
it's a budget market. They're dipping their toes in the budget market
because for now the only
for the
thing to
phones.
stay with Apple is if you have the watch, if you have a MacBook, if you have all
It's a
this
black
other
hole.
Mac
If yeah,
thing.
if the moment you get inside the ecosystem of Apple, you're stuck. You're just so stuck. It's a
I'm
thing
stuck.
that yeah, Miko's
I'm
stuck.
not
My
sorry for
wife is
him.
stuck. Yeah, but there are ways. But we can't talk about it here. But there are ways.
Oh, okay.
I did it
Oh
for my
wait,
wife.
go na, go, go,
Oh,
go.
okay.
Next, okay. So okay,
The supposedly flagship killer.
nah. Okay, this is how I'm gonna go to this topic. I have had an iPhone since forever. since the iPhone 3GS. So that's a while back. And and since then it's always been an Apple phone, an iPhone. But this year I decided it's time to go Android. Why? Because I no longer own a single Apple device. My computer is I used to have an iMac, a MacBook Pro, and a Mac Pro. No
Your
more.
phone.
This
Wait,
year
hang
though.
on. I'm talking about
Ah,
computers.
sorry.
Now I only have PCs, and I'm super happy with my PC because I'm able to do whatever I can, whatever I want. It's a water cooled PC. It's a Ryzen. It's a 3900X. It's super powerful, and it
Numbers.
will it will do donuts around a good Mac today at maybe half the price. So I am stuck now with my iPhone. My iPhone's my only Apple product left. And everyone in our group knows that I've been looking at the OnePlus. In fact, I wanted to go with the OnePlus 7T Pro.
Pro.
McLaren.
But
Oh.
yeah, the McLaren edition. But last month, right after the ECQ, I sent the message to one of the owners of the local distributors of OnePlus in the Philippines. And I asked, hey, how can we get it? How can we buy it? And they said, oh, the last piece was just bought earlier. As in the same day. So
Sorry.
gone. Sorry, gone, right? So I thought, oh wow, how am I gonna do this? So I started looking outside. I looked at Lazada, I looked at Shopee, and there were really stupid prices. Like there was one guy selling it for 8,000 pesos, which is so impossible. Guys, just because it's in Lazada or Shopee or whatever you guys go to, if you see that the price is way too low, that's fake. Just
It's a red flag.
it's a red flag.
Direct message for
Definitely.
you.
The
I mean,
twenty
if you
thousand 2080 Ti.
yeah, if you know, for example, that something is worth about 38,000 pesos and they're selling it for 8,000 pesos, you just have to use your head. I don't
It's the
think
best deal. I'm kidding.
yeah, don't think that you're the luckiest person in the world and you got the biggest discount. No.
No. Okay.
That
So
doesn't
yeah.
happen.
Anyway, so the reason why that last that last 70 Pro McLaren edition was sold apparently was because the 8 was coming out. The 8 Pro was coming out. So here we are today. So the 8 Pro was recently released by OnePlus, and they are no I'm so happy to say that they are no longer a flagship killer. They are now flagship.
A
Here's the
flagship.
problem. Here's the problem.
Oh. What's the problem?
They cost flagship.
Exactly.
They went to
They
the dark side basically.
yeah.
So the beauty of OnePlus before was that they were about 38,000 pesos, 38,000 pesos, depending on where you buy them, right?
Do we have
And that's so
a visual of that?
hang on, let me see if I can get it.
All right. So basically, OnePlus before was named as the flagship killer because they have the same specs or even higher of a flagship phone, which costs north of $1,000, but they sell it at $800 or $600. But now OnePlus 8 Pro, there it says from 899, but the that's the, I mean, I don't think I would buy the 899 version.
Okay, hang on.
The one I'm looking at is the 1200 version, but
Exactly.
it's too expensive.
So right now, basically, the OnePlus 8 Pro is about as expensive as the iPhone 11 Pro.
Yes,
So you kind of,
they're no longer a flagship killer.
yeah, they're no longer the the smaller company that sells
The,
cheaper, that tries
No
to
more.
compete through price. They're
they
now,
became big.
they're basically Samsung and Apple. You know, so now it's not as easy to say this is where I'm gonna go.
They want the money.
And here's another thing. So OnePlus 7T Pro did not have that. Do you see that hole?
Camera,
Yes, the
That
camera
camera
hole.
hole? Yeah,
like in
it didn't
Samsung
have that.
Mm-hmm.
phones.
Exactly, it didn't have that. What it had was a pop-up camera. So if you needed to do a selfie shot, a camera would come out from the top to take a photo. And if you drop the camera, if you drop the phone, it would close by itself before hitting the ground.
Yeah, it
Such
senses
a
when it's being dropped.
exactly, which was a great thing, right? But in this case, based on that photo that you just saw, they decided to put that hole
Punch hole
on
design.
the punch hole, a punch hole on the upper right, upper left, which I don't know. Miko, our cousin
Yes.
who a lot of people know as Sid Lucero,
Okay.
he really wanted the 70 Pro. So
I
when the
don't know what
seven
that means.
when the 8 Pro came out, I sent him the link and he said no.
No?
I can't do the punch hole.
Okay, well, we have a comment from Facebook Live. This is from Dexter. He
Hi
said, I
Dexter.
own a OnePlus 3 and love it. When it's time to get a new phone, OnePlus 6 cost almost the same as the Note 9. That's 2 to 3 thousand difference. So he ended up going for the Note 9.
Makes sense. I would do the same because the OnePlus 6 is kind of old. The problem with the OnePlus 7T is you can't find them. You can't buy them anymore. And
Yeah, we message from
I know
the
the local
executive producer.
distributors. Yeah, okay, speed it up. I know the local distributors. But yeah, let's see. Next, what's the
Mm.
next?
All right. This will be real
Benji,
quick.
this is yours.
Yeah, for those of you who wants to build your PC but are on a budget, don't worry. This is coming. The Ryzen 3 3300X and the 3100. It's $100 for a CPU with 4 cores and 8 threads.
So wait.
With
So that's 5,000 pesos for your CPU.
yes,
It's cheap.
it is super. I think it's the cheapest of the bunch,
So
but it packs so much power
how
that the
much okay,
3300X can go up
prior
to 4.3 gigahertz.
prior to this, I would tell everybody to go for the 3600. The
Yes,
Ryzen 5 3600. So with this, what's the difference in terms of processing power?
I think it's just 2 cores less because 3600 has 6 cores and this one
Yeah,
has
12
4.
threads.
But this is for the gamers out there that are on a budget. A good 1080p gaming rig would only need a few cores. But for those of you who are editing, you would need those
Yeah.
six cores, 12 thread. But some gamers can go get away with two cores.
Okay, so if you're a gamer, go for this. Which one though? The 3300X or the 3100? What would you
I
advise?
I think if you want to play some of the AAA games, you go for the 3300X or just go for the 3600
I
because the
agree.
AAA game is very expensive anyway.
Yeah, that I think if you wanna go for streaming and gaming at the same time, the 3600X is the 3600 is a better option.
Yes,
The
yes.
3600, yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Miko
You want to add
understands.
something, Migo?
I agree. 3600
Oh,
would be the best option.
And also,
Okay.
Anyway,
if you
moving on.
wanna, yeah, if you wanna save up on money, the motherboard you don't have to buy for X570 for the PCIe 4. You can get the up and coming B550. So just wait
How
for that.
much? Do you have
We're
a
not sure
price?
because they only released the details. I'm not sure if there's a price
No,
already.
no pricing yet. Yeah. Okay, and
Yes.
and but if you were to ask me what motherboard to get, I don't care what processor you're gonna put as long as it's an Ryzen processor. I would tell you to wait for the X570 Tomahawk motherboard by MSI. MSI has been
Segway.
in super big trouble because of their motherboards. The in fact, I made a video for my of a build that I made for my daughter, the X570 MSI Gaming Edge Pro Wi-Fi, and it has problems with its VRM temperatures. Anyway, MSI is trying to save itself by coming up with new motherboards, and the Tomahawk is something they're very well known for previously, and they're bringing it back with the X570 chipset. And so the upgrades are, it includes a 2.5 gigabit LAN uh, card by Intel, additional USB 3.2 Gen 2 USB port, and Intel Wi-Fi 6 AX200 and Bluetooth 5.0. That's it. Hey, so before we end this thing, I know people are so tired of us, tired of our faces. Do you guys have any
Transition logo,
picks?
joke lang.
and we're not back
And it
now.
happens. All
Yeah.
right.
Boom.
So picks for the week for this episode.
We go down
Yeah,
the
so
line.
I have a pick that a lot of people will like. Um, Basically, if you own a PS4, you get free games, and they're good games. Number one is Uncharted. You basically get three Uncharted games right now if you go to the PlayStation Store. You also get Knack. You get Pac-Man. You get Journey, which is a good game. My 7-year-old daughter enjoyed it, so you probably will too. And Dirt Rally. Dirt Rally 2 is free as well if you're on a PlayStation 4. How about you, Migo?
Mm, wait, I can't find you. Oh,
What?
there you are. Sorry. No, I was anyway. Me, really, really quick. I don't know if you guys know. For those of you who are into working out now, there's this app called Down Dog app, and it's not just one app. It's actually different kinds of app depending on the workout that you want. There's yoga, there's bar, there's hit. And again, this is another recommendation from our executive producer at TK, and we've been using it. The thing is, it's free till May 1st, at least. That's the what the website says. Will you be able to pull that up?
Wait,
So
which one?
there, what's nice about the Down Dog app?
Down
What's
dog
nice
app.
about Down
Hold
Dog
on.
app is it's very, very customizable from the volume of the music to the voice to the level that you want to the part of the body that you want to develop. Whether it's full body, you just want like upper, lower, yeah, and then and how long you want your workout to be, how long the rests are in between, that much customizable. Maybe it's similar to Benji's Steezy in that sense. Customizable siya in many aspects. So I don't
So,
know if they will extend their free workout, but as of the website, it says May 1. So yeah, I mean, you still have to check it out. It's pretty cool. And then I guess after that, they'll return to um, membership fee. The thing is, they did not have to ask me for my card details. Normally, ganun eh, pag membership fee. Parang may free ka, pero lagay mo na yung card details mo. Tapos kung makalimutan mo mag-cancel,
They're
you
magbabayad
gonna
get
ka na.
pay you.
charged.
Pero
Yeah.
ito,
Yeah.
I didn't have to put card details, so I'll wait for May 1 and see what happens.
So, so it's available on both the App Store and the Google Play Store. So everyone
Yeah, you
can
still have time
use
to
it, I
check it out.
guess.
Pretty, it's pretty tough. Or maybe I'm just out of shape. So
We all are.
it's cool.
How about you, Benji?
I think my pick for me is the steezy.co website. They also have an app, by the way, for Android and Apple users. So if you're a dancer or if you want to learn dancing and you can't go out, check them out. They have free classes. If they're not free anymore, they have 7-day free trial. You will have to put your credit card info, but just cancel it before, or just go ahead and buy. You'll get to learn dances from different cultures and different styles, and from the some of them are from the originators of each dance style.
Cool. And how about you, Rene?
For me, it's Midnight Gospel on Netflix. Please watch it. It's the best thing right now on Netflix. Um, Especially this lockdown. We only have ourselves and our family. I think you guys would learn a lot from the show. It makes you more aware, makes you love the people around you. So please watch.
Nice.
How about you,
Okay.
Kuya? Oh yeah, you already
What?
said your stuff.
I already said mine. Are you
All
drunk?
right, let's take it out now. Let's go home. I mean, let's
Go home. Kanina pa tayo nasa
yeah,
bahay. Ano
We're
we
all
are
nangyari?
at home.
home.
Let's take it home. All right.
Okay.
Bring home the
Please do not forget
bacon.
to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at PHTech Official down there. And also visit our website if you want, brott.com, streamitliveph.com, so you can check out what we do and who we are.
Brand bug.